Yeah.
It's only got 600 miles on it.
How many?
600 miles, 900 kilometers.
Wow, that's not a lot.
Oh, you know what I do?
That's a lot, yeah.
Barely broken in. If that.
Yeah, yeah. So did you buy it recently, or have you owned it new?
No, I owned it since new. I bought it in the fall of 2014.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
I couldn't ride much last year, so.
Okay. Yeah.
But a little more this year.
Good. Good. Oh, it's beautiful looking car.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a nice bike to ride too.
Well, it's got a lot of oomph to it, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's fun that way. I gotta be careful not to get speeding tickets.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can really get in trouble in a hurry, but I'm a little bit older now. I take it easy.
Yeah. I bought a Honda. I guess almost 2 years, year and a half ago. I'm from Ontario. I live in Toronto, right? And there was a particular bike I was looking for, and it turned out that it was in Vancouver.
Oh.
So I flew out and drove it back to Ontario. It was a 79 Honda CBX.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Yeah.
Familiar with that one?
Yeah, they were quite the bike in their day.
They were. Yeah. There's nothing like that, but you're right. Back in their day, they were the super bike of the time.
The Honda CBX was introduced in 1979. It was the world's fastest production motorcycle when it was released. It had a 1047cc engine. It was 24 valves, dual overhead cam, air-cooled inline 6. Quarter mile times were 11.66 seconds at 117.6 miles an hour. Price was $3,988. Manufacturer's suggested retail in 1979. Top speed was 140 miles an hour, and the horsepower was 103 horsepower at 9,000 RPM. The alternator had a clutch on it because they found that it was over-revved, and so the motorcycle makes kind of a clanking noise while it's running. Kind of sounds like piston slap, so people might get confused by that noise, especially if they hear it at idle. The engine was only 2 inches wider than previous 4 cylinders. In order to do a valve adjustment, you had to literally drop the engine from the frame. Same with the carburetors. To work on the carburetors, you had to drop the engine. So this was not a conventional motorcycle, and it was actually quite complex and difficult to work on. It was designed by Shoichiro Irimajiri, based on the Honda GP racers. It was the first new vehicle that Jay Leno ever bought. He also had a 79 that he totaled. It was a poor selling bike. Honda gave many of these away. It's now a collector's item though and sells for around $9,000 US. Mr. Irimajiri said, "When we were racing, we were up against 4-cylinder 2-strokes built by Yamaha and Suzuki. Cylinder multiplication was the only way we could be competitive. That's why we built the 5-cylinder 125 and the 2 6-cylinder machines. The CBX is a direct descendant of these race engines. We already had the engine technology from our GP racing experience. This thing was really badass in its day. The first real superbike, maybe. Listen to the sound. I just love it."
Yeah, they were a nice bike. I mean, I still remember that. I had a friend who was a Honda race mechanic.
Yes, okay.
And he used to get everything into his shop, and he let me ride the smaller ones. I was just a kid then. He let me ride the smaller ones, but he did get some of those big bores. And I remember looking at one of those. That kind of was too much for me at that time.
Well, I'm like you. I'm a little older, a lot older than you, but a little older than I was back when I rode bikes. So it's compared to today's bikes, it's pretty tame. But it will still go. It will still go, yeah.
You still have it, or?
Yeah, I still have it, yeah. And it's a lot of fun. I like it because it's a bit of a classic. It's unusual with the 6-cylinder engine.
Yeah.
And all the time I get people that I'll be riding it. They'll pull up beside me in a car or something. They'll start wanting to know about the bike, and so it's kind of fun that way.
Yeah, 6-cylinder.
Yeah, 6-cylinder.
Tiny pistons in them, but they made good power.
Well, they did, but at high RPM. So you really, if you want to, you got to get up around 6,000 RPM before it really kicks in.
Yeah.
And its red line is 9,500. I'm sure your bike is that's similar, right? Because Honda has that.
Yeah, that's
high RPM, small pistons, overhead cams, all of that stuff. But you've got to get it up there in the RPMs to really feel it click in.
Well, this is 1,000, so it pulls lots of torque. I've never had to really wind it out. You can if you want to, but it pulls so hard. You
don't need to.
I hardly ever go over 9,000. It will. I did red line up around 12, but I don't bother going that high. It's kind of scare the heck out of you, I think, if you.
Well, that's where I'm at. The bike, even though it's 35 years old, it's got lots of power, and I can get myself into more trouble than I can handle if I let it.
Yeah, it's about respect, really. Just respect the amount of power that's at your fingertips, and as long as you do that, you'll be okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Guys who, they're wheeling, I did that when I was a kid, but not on a street bike. I did it on dirt bikes where, off-road where the cops wouldn't bother me, but on a street bike, I've done it by accident a couple of times, but I wouldn't intentionally pull the front wheel up like they do.
I think that's wise. It's like it's so easy to die.
Yeah, you only got one wheel on the ground. You hit a little patch of oil that a car dribbled, and it's game over.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Whereas if you're on two wheels, you lose the front for a second or the back for a second,
but
you're okay.
Recover. Yeah.
You'll recover. You'll be in a straight line as long as you're not on the throttle really hard or something. We're in the middle of a corner.
Yes, that's the other side of it.
That's the bad part. If they dribble in a corner, you could, through no fault of your own, end up on your ass.
I don't. To be honest, when I ride this bike about maybe 4 times a week, and it's just all day trips. But invariably, out of those 4 times, 2 of them I come close to some kind of catastrophe.
Close call.
Yeah, and it's and out of those twice a week catastrophes, one might be my fault, and the others are cars on the road that just don't see you or don't pay attention or whatever, and next thing you know you're having to brake pretty hard or veer. Anyway, I have a beautiful bike. Nice talking to you.
Yeah, good talking to you too.
Yeah.
Take care. Yeah, it is. Thank you.